So today we are going to be talking about things you should know before becoming a dance instructor, a dance teacher, fitness instructor, whatever you want to call it. What's up guys, welcome to my channel. I am so excited to be here. So this is like my first official vlog, like talking video. Like normally you guys never hear me talk, right? And a lot of my videos have just been dance videos. If you are currently a subscriber and you've been following me for a couple years, or you just started following me, thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like and share. I'm revamping my channel a little bit. I kind of just want to talk a little bit more about things that matter to me, things that are important to me, things that I talk about with my friends, just lifestyle. Definitely going to be adding more fitness videos and sharing some of like my routines and things that I do to keep myself in shape. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about things you should know before becoming a dance instructor, a dance teacher, fitness instructor, whatever you want to call it, where you're instructing other people to do things with their bodies. A little bit of a background about me. So I've been teaching dance and fitness classes since 2014. I started off with Zumba. That was like my very first love. I got into teaching Pyo, if you guys don't know what that is. So it's a beach body format. It is a mixture of like Pilates and yoga. It's a lot of strength training, all body weight. It's super hard, by the way. Then I found Vixen workout and I still teach that. Love Vixen, love, love, love. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about the options that you guys have as far as like what types of classes you could be teaching and how to get started, just some obstacles that you might come across, just things to know if you're considering making this a career for yourself. Okay, so the first thing that you should be considering if you are thinking about becoming a dance teacher, dance instructor, fitness instructor is why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do it? Do you have any type of dance or fitness backgrounds? You have experience with it? I know for me, like I grew up in a household where my mom used to work out all the time. So I, like from a young age, like would just work out with her. I had like 1 pound weights and I kind of grew to love like fitness, and I love the way that it made me feel, and I love the music. As I was growing up, I got more into dance, things like that. So this video is not about me. We'll save that for another video. But so yeah, you want to think about why do you want to become an instructor? What influenced you? And is this really something that you want to do? So the first thing that you need to consider is, where are you going to teach? Actually, no, let's take that back. First thing you need to consider is what you're going to teach, right? So there's so many types of formats that you could teach, whether that be dance or fitness. Maybe you want to do both, which is what I do. And you can combine those two with like dance fitness. So let's say, for instance, you want to start with teaching Zumba. Zumba has been around for so many years. It's fairly easy to get your certification or your license to teach. Certification is about 8 hours, typically around like, let's say like $200, right? So that's number one. You gotta have the money to sign up for the certification. Number two, you have to think about where you're gonna teach. Do you want to teach at local gyms? Do you want to teach at a dance studio? Do you kind of want to like do your own thing? Do you want to work for someone? Do you want to be an employee? You know, you kind of have to think about all those things. Do you want to start your own business? Not saying that you have to figure all that out at the beginning, but those are just things to consider. You kind of have to just figure that out for yourself. And sometimes, you know, things just change. Like you might want to start teaching kids and then you figure out that's not for you and you want to teach adults. So once you figure out exactly where you want to teach, you actually have to prep for your job, right? So there's a couple things that you need to prepare for. I'm just going to use Zumba as an example, and then we'll talk about some of the other options that you guys have. So with Zumba, right, you go and you get your certification, 8 hours. Usually they give you choreography, you leave with that day, and then you sign up for a membership which is like an instructor membership, and you get choreography every single month or every other month. You get music, all that. So it's completely up to you, you know, what songs you want to do, what choreography sticks out to you, what you like, and then you kind of just build your playlist. But other than that, practice, 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 all right? You cannot go into an audition and like just have no idea what you're doing. You gotta have your playlist together, you gotta have your moves together, you gotta have your confidence, your smile, all that, right? So a lot of gyms and dance studios, they'll audition you prior to hiring you because they want to see what kind of instructor or dance teacher you are, how you connect, your smile, your cues. Talk about a little bit about gyms. So when you work for gyms, in most cases you're gonna get paid a flat rate. It could be anywhere between $20 and maybe $70, right? And it really just depends on the company, the location, the size of the company, the size of the gym, what the members are paying. Your experience also matters. But if you are starting out, that's a great place to start to build rapport and start networking and have people get to know you. That's what I did when I started out teaching Zumba. I started at a couple of gyms. I met a lot of amazing people that I'm still like friends with to this day and who still follow me. I appreciate you guys if you're watching this. And it was a great time. Like sometimes I would have 70 people in the class, sometimes I would have 10, sometimes I would have 30. So that's the thing with the gym. It could be like, there could be highs and lows, right? It's not always consistent, but you do always have people who are coming in and out the gym and always going to be willing to try your class, right? And if they like you, then they'll follow you, which is great. So another thing that you have to consider, if you are looking to start your own business or you're looking to go the other route opposite from working for someone or a company, you don't want to be an employee, you want to teach your own classes on your own time, on your own schedule, you want to charge people whatever you want. The reality of it is that these things take time, right? So when I started teaching Zumba, I thought that's exactly what I wanted to do, right? I was like, I don't really want to work for a gym. You know what? I'm going to rent out a studio. I'm going to put up ads. I'm going to just, you know, tell my friends. I'm going to write on Facebook. And I think my first class probably had like 3 people. The reality of it is that sometimes, you know, you do have to suck it up and be an employee for a little bit, just to get your name out and to, you know, network with people, network even with other instructors. I have a lot of friends that I met through like gyms, and they were teachers and instructors, and you know, we did a lot of events together, collabs, all of that. So we kind of, you know, shared students and we would take each other's class. So you kind of need definitely that support from other teachers and instructors as well. All right, so let's go back to costs and like getting started a little bit, right? So the first thing that you're gonna have to pay for is really like certification, right? So whether that be a fitness certification, a personal training certification, a dance certification, anything like that, you're gonna have to invest in yourself. Second investment is going to be marketing materials and anything that you need to market yourself and get yourself out there and to promote your classes. So that could be business cards, that could be flyers, that could be paying for promotions on social media, that could be cameras, that could be anything that's gonna help you create content or get the word out about you and your business and yourself. I say you and your business, you are your business at the end of the day. So, right? So your body's your business. Whatever you are offering to other people, that's your business. You're gonna have to invest in yourself, like clothes, and not saying to go crazy with clothes and all that. Like that's, you know, that's not the most important thing. But there are investments that you're gonna have to make. And then even if you're looking to start in a dance studio where you might have to rent out the studio, you know, you have to kind of like budget and figure out how much you'll be putting out or paying the studio versus what you're making. And then you kind of have to figure out too, like what you want to charge people, all of that good stuff. I'm gonna have another video talking about the actual ins and outs of entrepreneurship, and so yeah, so that'll be another video. Also, just a reminder, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. Okay, another thing to consider, y'all. This is it. This is really it. This is the tea. You guys ready? It's just one word. I'm just gonna say one word. Consistency. Say it with me. Consistency. Okay. What is consistency? I mean, I'm sure you guys heard of the word and you probably see it all over social media. People love to talk about being consistent. But are people really consistent, right? So what does this mean? Being consistent. To me, it means showing up, right? Putting in the work, showing up no matter what, and just building like that rapport and like having people come back to you, right? And it means kind of like whether you have a day where you're not feeling well, or you're tired, or you're feeling down, you might have had like a really tough day, you might have just been crying like an hour before your class. Guess what? You still have to show up. And not saying that, you know, there's not going to be times where you have to cancel your class or get a substitute teacher or anything like that, but a lot of the times, like if you want to build your clientele and you want people to continue to take your classes and come back, you have to be consistent. If you teach one day next week and you don't show up the next, and you do that for a period of time, say for like even like a month, and somebody else comes in your place and subs for you, and they happen to like, your students happen to like that teacher better, you're gonna either lose your client or you're just not gonna have a good reputation, because they're gonna say like, oh, she doesn't show up for her class, or you know, she doesn't really take this serious. So part of being consistent really is just like, how serious do you take your job, and is it noticeable to other people and to your students who take your class? Because that really matters. And when you're consistent, other people will be consistent. It's gonna motivate them to show up constantly. They're gonna wanna come and see you. They're gonna wanna come and take your class. If your class is fun, if you make them feel good, they're gonna build that consistency with you. And in the end, you're gonna build a very successful business. Business meaning you. All right, so we're just gonna put it out there. Sometimes people just won't like you. And that's the reality. We're not just talking about your personality. We're talking about maybe the way that you teach, maybe the way that you dress, maybe your song selection, maybe your class might be a little too difficult for some people. So not everybody's gonna like you, and you kind of have to accept that reality. As you do get more into teaching and you build more experience, you know, obviously you grow tougher skin. So things like people walking out of your class isn't really gonna bother you much anymore, but it does happen. One of the last things that I'm gonna talk about today is being yourself. Being your own person, bringing your personality to your classes. That's really what's gonna attract people to your class. Being yourself. And it's really hard, especially now, like with social media. It's super easy to compare yourself to other people and other instructors, other people that you see on the internet, right? And even just like if you're teaching at another studio or you're teaching at a gym and you see other instructors or dance teachers who have like past classes, and sometimes like, you know, you might have 2 or 3 people in your class. It's, you know, it's really easy to compare yourself and then start to get hard on yourself about, why am I not bringing in people? Do people not like me? Maybe, you know, I need to follow in the same footsteps and like do the same type of things, the same type of music, the same type of playlist, the same type of moves, right? But then you're not being yourself. Everyone's gonna bring something different to the table. So as long as you're yourself and as long as you're genuinely enjoying your job, people will see that. It's gonna shine through. Your personality is gonna shine through, and people will be attracted to that. Just try not to compare yourself to other people. I know it's hard, especially in the fitness industry and the dance industry, you know, even just with like image and seeing like how other instructors look, you know, sometimes you feel like you're not in the best shape or you're not as skinny as that person. Last thing that I'm going to mention, support. When you get started in a business like this, sometimes like you might expect the people that are closest to you to be the most supportive, right? And that's just a normal and natural feeling. That's a normal thing, right? But that's not always gonna be the case. As you get older, you realize like you and your friends might be different people. Like you might have different interests and different careers, different career paths, and you can't always expect your friends to show up for you, especially when it comes to things like dance and fitness, where it's more of like a physical thing. I've been teaching since 2014, and to be completely honest with you, not a lot of my friends take my classes, right? And I'm talking about friends that I had prior to me teaching, right? And you can't take things personal. In this business, if you are someone who's sensitive and you're insecure and you're always gonna find reasons to blame other people for either your failures or your insecurities, things like that, like this is not the job for you. So yeah guys, these are just a couple of things that I think are crucial to consider if you are thinking about making dance or fitness instruction part of your career, or your, whether it be like a side hustle, part-time job, whatever, full-time career. These are definitely important things to consider. And I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I'm definitely going to be making more videos on this topic and maybe just talking a little bit more about my experiences and how I started my business, the ins and outs of entrepreneurship. Tune into the next video. So if you haven't already, please subscribe below and hit that like button, and I will see y'all in the next video.